What is going on, everyone? It's Nero again. Here for you, some Call of Duty World at War, playing some War. This time on the map CeeLo, and that never, ever came off the tongue right, you know. Playing some Call of Duty World at War. Some War on World at War. It's a really good game mode, War and CeeLo. This is my favorite map in Call of Duty history. I've done a couple videos, probably a couple Dear Nears as well. You know, people always are asking me what are my favorite maps of all time. If I had to pick favorite maps, what would they be? And this would be number one every single time. It is CeeLo. It is giant. It's the biggest freaking map in Call of Duty. Like, no joke. There's not a single Call of Duty map that can even compare. A lot of you weren't around in World at War. I get that. A lot of you didn't play Call of Duty in 2008, 2009. I understand that. So you guys didn't really play this game. You never got to experience CeeLo. CeeLo is so big that Search and Destroy only plays on one half of the map. Literally, the attacking spawn and the defending spawn in both bomb sites are on one half of the map. The half of the map that I'm spawning on isn't even used in Search. Like, you can run back there, I guess, but there's no need to because the objectives aren't there and neither team spawns there. The map is that big. If you were to, like, run on foot, it would probably take you 5 minutes to get across. No, not 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. Not 5 minutes. So on one end of the map, run completely to the other. Probably 2 minutes or so. This is, look at the map right there. I pull up the mini map right there, the giant map. But either way, I'm sitting here talking all this about CeeLo. I'm using the Mosin Nagant, favorite sniper rifle in Call of Duty. I'm gonna miss World War. I'll talk about that in another video. But this is this week's episode of Dear Nero, a weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me in fan mail and or fan questions, and I do my best to go ahead and answer them. So I'm getting hiccups. All right, need to stop that. All right. So last year we did a series of Dear Nero based around Halloween. And it was like the Halloween edition, and I brought it in Spooky Vision, where basically I would, I had like one-man army and danger close and all this kind of just flashing at you on the screen, random screens and stuff. I'm not gonna do that this year, although that was a funny addition. You can search it up if you want to and look at it. Look at last year's Halloween video. But we do have some Halloween questions, not a whole lot, especially considering tomorrow's Halloween. But we've got a few. We're gonna hop on this with the first question. He's gonna write, Dear Nero, if you could have any costume for Halloween, which would you choose and why? Also, does Halloween have any special significance to you, or is it just another holiday? In my country, Halloween is just a commercial event. The tradition we have around this time is on November 1st. I don't know if this holiday has an English translation, but the direct one would be Illumination Day. People go to pay their respects to the departed at cemeteries, lighting candles and bringing flowers. I am really excited for your COD Ghosts videos. Have a great day. Alan from Romania. That's freaking cool. Alan from Romania. So I've heard of like this Illumination Day. I've never heard it be called that before, but it almost sounds like a Cinco de Mayo, like a Day of the Dead kind of thing. As far as I know, at least I don't know if other people do in America. We don't really have a set holiday for visiting your your dead relatives, your ancestors. Well, I know basically these people go kind of like my grandmother died on St. Patrick's Day, and on St. Patrick's Day we go and visit her at the cemetery. Yeah, I don't think there's too many things like that. I like Halloween. If I could pick a costume, right? So I'm 22. If I had to pick a costume, it'd have to be a really cool one. And that costume would probably be like the authentic Jason Voorhees costume. I'm a tall guy. I could pull it off. I'm by no means muscular. But you throw on some maybe shoulder pads or something. But yeah, like Friday the 13th. It's a horror movie series. Jason Voorhees wears a hockey mask. An old school goalie hockey mask. And the masks themselves, there's a website I found that like replicates them. Makes really good authentic ones. Not like the cheap plastic ones you find. But these things are freaking, like, they're made of metal and they're really good. They're movie quality, but the things are like $150 a piece. So if I could just have one randomly, it'd be one of those. As for Halloween, is it any more different or like any more special for me than any other holiday? Not really. Fun fact, my mom was born on Halloween, so that's kind of a thing. And when you're younger, Halloween's a bit more fun because when I was in school, they decorate the school, and then especially not like elementary school, right? When you're in elementary school, you're going trick-or-treating, you're having all kinds of fun with that, as well as, on TV, like when you're younger, you're watching cartoons quite frequently or something like that. Every single show you've ever seen is having a Halloween, why am I brain dead right now? Having a Halloween special, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Halloween's pretty cool, but You know, it's not really the biggest thing in the world, especially when you are 22 years old like me. Actually, I'm 21, but I'm about to be 22 next month. So here's a question that kind of relates in the other one. He writes, Dear Nero, I am 6'3" and in the ninth grade. Some of my friends are going trick-or-treating, but my parents said I can't go because of my costume. I would look like an adult. What should I do? At this point, none of my friends are having any kind of parties. This doesn't need to be in a video. A response to be amazing. Thanks. Love your videos. Nick from Florida. Gotta do something his parents should have done. Alright, Nick from Florida. Who apparently spells it without a K. I've never seen that before. You're 6'3", which is that's a tall I am. I was that tall in ninth grade as well. I feel you with the height. But you're in ninth grade. People in ninth grade are generally between the ages of 14 or 15. You're a bit old to be trick-or-treating. You're a bit old to be wearing costumes. Yeah. You're in ninth grade. You're in high school now. You're a freshman. You're, you know, like I said, between either 14 or 15. You're an older guy. You can't go trick-or-treating no more. And that sucks. That's how it is. You sometimes you're the person getting the candy, and now you're gonna be like me. You're the one giving away the candy, and that's what you do. But the best part is candy's really cheap this time of year. Like Reese's, like Reese's peanut butter cups. It usually you buy a packet of them that comes with 2 cups in. It's like $1 or something. Right now, you can get 12 individual cups, which is the equivalent of 6 normal things of Reese's, for like $1.20. Yeah, so basically you're getting 6 full Reese's bars for like $1.20. Yeah, candy's really cheap this year, so you buy all the good candy, sit on the porch, look at costumes, and eat candy all night. Halloween's not that bad when you get older. It really isn't. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, and stand up. Everyone stand up. Stand up. We have a legend here. What do you think is the best game ever made? Riley from Canada. P.S. Riley from Canada thinks it's Pokemon. He included that in the message. So, what do I think the best games ever made? Now, it reminds me, it almost takes me back to a Painkiller already. They were discussing the idea of a situation where you're trapped in a cabin for 1 year. What game do you bring? Or what game do you bring? Like, who do you bring with you? Like, you have to pick a girl to be with you, you have to pick a game to play, and, like, a movie to watch. You can only play that one game, hang out with that one girl, and watch that one movie every day for a year straight while you're stuck in this cabin. And I'm going to go with the answer they gave us, and this is the answer that I think would qualify to me as the best game ever made, Skyrim. Now, a lot of people probably think that, right? So let's think about the best game ever made. Let's put yourself in that situation. If you had to pick one game of all games, and that's the only game you can ever play again, what you pick? Whatever you end up picking is probably going to be your answer for best game ever. Now, Call of Duty's a fun game, fun multiplayer game, right? Even World at War here, as much as I love this game, I'm going to really miss it. I played for an hour or two, and I'm like, man, I don't have the drive to play this game 10 hours in a row like I used to. Back when the game was in its prime and back when I was still learning things. I know this freaking game inside now. I can show you every tree on the map, CeeLo, that you can jump inside of. I know this game really well. And the thing about Skyrim is every time you play, it seems like it's a new experience. And it's a game that it's so big and so massive, and there are so many hours worth of side missions. And if I had to pick one game to ever play again, it'd be that game. And because I think that Skyrim would be that game, I think that considers it to be the best game ever made. To me. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Best game ever made. If you only could play one game the rest of your life, what would it be? You picked Pokemon. It's a good idea, but man, I've beaten the Kanto region, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Pokemon. I've beaten that region so many damn times. I don't know if I could keep on going. I beat Pokemon X, and now that I've beat it, I'm like, I don't know. Either way, I think Skyrim is my answer for that question, sir. And I thank you for the great question. Riley from Canada, a true legend on this show. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I was wondering, have you seen the new Extinction game mode that was going to be in COD Ghosts? What is your opinion on it? Do you think it's going to be better or worse than zombies? Jason from Texas. So I saw it, didn't listen to it, but I saw it. I was in a Skype call, or I was in something, and while I was watching it, and I just muted the audio. It reminds me a lot of Gears of War, doesn't it? With all the animals running around, those creepy little, I don't even know. It almost looks like a bulb from like a tulip or something, just sitting there throbbing in the ground. And It looks pretty Gears of War-y. Now, I wonder how they're going to do this. Is this kind of thing where it is exactly like Gears of War and we have to protect something from all these animals? Or all these aliens, I should say. Or is it like zombies? Either way, for my money, it's an Infinity Ward game. And they're not going to get it right the first time. It ain't going to happen. Just ain't going to happen. Yeah, I look back at zombies. The first zombies they ever made, what was it called? Noctur on Tootin' or something like that? That sucked. The original zombies, very first one, where you had 3 rooms you can go into. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms you can go into. It just wasn't that great. It was a pretty bad zombie experience. Though at the time, before we learned about all the rest of the things they could do, we were like, wow, this is mind-blowing. Nazi zombies is the greatest thing ever. Then when they came out with Verrückt and Shino Numa, that's when we realized the true potential of that game mode and how awesome it really was. And I think the same thing is going to happen for Extinction. This is their first time doing it. They're going to need the... I doubt it's going to be any good. I doubt... It's an Infinity Ward game. And I hate Infinity Ward! I'll say it over and over and over and over. I hate that company. A bunch of evil freaking money whores catering to children with their small maps and ADD playstyles. Okay, let's find another question. I don't like Infinity Ward. What's in here? Here's one. Lately, I've been trying to get gameplays for my YouTube channel and upload videos. I understand that commentating and uploading consistently is what grows your channel, but I have found that my videos I've been uploading have mostly gotten negative feedback. I don't understand how people deal with negative feedback. I don't know how to get better. And I don't know how to deal with it. Most of the videos I have little to no likes on them and quite a few dislikes on them. So my big question here is, how do you deal with negative feedback? And when you did start YouTube, did you get the majority of dislikes on your videos? Sincerely, Spencer from Washington. Spencer, my boy. Let me roll up to the microphone here on my little rolly chair here. Fuck them. It doesn't matter what people think about your videos. If people don't like your videos, that's fine. And by the way, Spencer, oh man, I don't like to be a bearer of bad news, but I looked at your channel, right? I get these messages. I looked at your channel. You have 3 videos up. You say you're getting so much negative feedback. I think in total, you have a total of, on your 3 videos combined, 4 likes and 4 dislikes with like 2 comments. That's not negative feedback. It's not negative feedback. Negative feedback is hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of dislikes and comments telling you to go fuck yourself. That's negative feedback. I've had that. Have you seen... I did a video, Modern Warfare 3 Moab nuke kill streak. I posted up a video, right? That video was to show what the nuke was, or the Moab was, in Modern Warfare 3. It was posted literally 30 minutes after the game came out. The first thing I did when I got home is we went to a private match, we got a Moab, just to see what it did, how it worked. I posted up for other people to learn the same what I learned. And tens of thousands of comments. Oh, Nero, you're a douchebag. Wow, booster. So many people were so stupid. They thought we were boosting. Even though I did the commentary. I'm like, it's in a private match. I've learned over my time on YouTube to basically say fuck it to any of them. I don't really give 2 shits. I'm pretty quick on the old block button. I'm pretty notorious for that. I'll block you for saying something nice. Not really, but anything remotely negative, I block people. I don't know, negative feedback, man. That makes me wonder about you, Spencer, whether or not you're cut out for YouTube. Because 4 dislikes and 2 comments, and you're up in arms and don't know how to deal with it. Fuck them, block them, doesn't matter. I don't know. I get accused sometimes as people say that I block my fans, and I also get accused sometimes of saying like, you only want to hear good things, but you want to write something negative, you block them. I'm like, well, yeah, that's how it goes. Anything nice to say, don't say it at all. I'm all for criticism, but douchebaggery that's a completely different thing. If somebody says in a comment on my video, actual constructive criticism, Nero, the gain on your microphone was a bit loud this video. Can you maybe look at that, see if there's something up with your mic? That is some awesome ass criticism right there. Thank you, sir, for alerting me, because apparently I did not notice that my microphone might be a little bit too loud in that video. And I'll work on that for the next one. Maybe, hey Nero, game chat was a little loud in this one, kind of hard to hear you in some of your lower tones. Well, thank you, sir. That is some nice ass criticism right there. That will help improve the overall quality of the video, and you are a fantastic person for bringing up such a point. Hey, douchebag, turn down your game audio. It's too damn loud. I can't hear shit, you fairy faggot fuck. blocked. You see how that works? You see how that works? You just gotta be a nice person. Everyone in the world just needs to be a nice person. And but Spencer, you'll be fine. Just keep trying. And a dislike is not the worst thing in the world. It really isn't. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. Ran way over that World of War gameplay. Probably got some more World of War gameplay up there right now. I have no idea. Because how this works, every single video I do, I run over my gameplay. Now I'm looking at a blank screen. And then I, put the commentary up there. Then I pick out a gameplay and I put it on top. That's how it works. So I don't know what gameplay you're looking at right now. No idea. Not even a clue. Probably some World of War. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. Next week's Dear Nero is kind of up in the air. I'm not entirely positive what we're going to do with it. Because the day before, actually the day of, hold on, let me click here. We have the magic of calendars on our PCs. Day before, next week's Dear Nero, which would originally be up on November 6th, is the day before that is COD Ghosts release. And I'm supposed to be getting my COD Ghost on the 2nd. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with next week's Dear Nero. We're going to play it by ear, but I assure you, Dear Nero is not ending. It just may not be up next week because, next Call of Duty game is coming up. Kind of a big deal. Lots of stuff, and also working on a pretty big project of my own. I'm not going to let you know what it is, but we're working on that as well. And lots of stuff going on. So hope you guys will enjoy this week's episode of Dear Nero. Remember the rating where you guys will be deserves, and let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed the video. I love when people leave that positive feedback. None of that douchebaggery. And if you guys like your question featured on the next episode of Dear Nero, send me a personal message here on YouTube. Make the title of the message Dear Nero, and when it's time to record next week's Dear Nero or the next edition of Dear Nero, I go through all those Dear Nero messages. I read them. I look at them. If it's a good question, an entertaining question, and especially a question I haven't answered before, I go ahead and answer it in the video. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Remember the rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 gram rocks as I rolled.